Hello, 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 and we're back looking at the news for coffee time. Hooray. Right, let's have a look. What have we got? Not a lot. Here you go. This is good news for those of you who like sense and sensibility. Scottish Government has lost its fight to introduce its self-ID laws. Again, it was going to make it easier for you to identify as anything you want it to be, because that's not going to, disrupt everything, is it? The SNP brought the case to the Court of Session after Scottish Secretary Alistair Jack vetoed the Gender Recognition Reform Scotland Bill. And if it had been passed, would allow teens to legally change their gender at the age of 16, the UK laws require applications to be at age 18 to apply for a GRC. And basically, they said no. Mr. Jack said, I was clear that this legislation would have adverse effects on the operation of law as it applies to reserved matters, including important Great Britain-wide equality protections. Again, it would have caused a disparity between the laws in England and Wales and Northern Ireland, and so it ain't going to happen. So following the latest court case defeat for the Scottish Government, the ministers there need to stop wasting taxpayers' money pursuing needless legal action and focus on the real issues which matter to the people of Scotland. And let's have some adult human females standing up and speaking some reality. You can't change sex. You can't. No matter how hard you wish in the mirror, it ain't happening. So a little bit of sensibility there. Meanwhile, I'm going to do we've got two NHS stories. The first one is, it's good news, everyone. Norovirus is back. Yes. We love us some norovirus. That's the vomiting and diarrhea at the same time. It really is. It's a unique... Oh no, it's the old autofocus gibberish. Let me just get myself into sharp relief there. It's the winter vomiting bug, I love to call it, norovirus. Apparently 498 beds were occupied by norovirus patients or closed as part of an infection control measures last week, and that's up 19% compared to 7 days earlier, and 15% on last year, according to NHS England data. And here we go, we've got some squiggly lines to look at. Whoops, pressed the wrong button. I should really move that one up to there, then that's better. Sorry, I've been playing with different cameras, and it's just, you don't need to know. So have you got norovirus? What are you doing watching this? You should be on the toilet or over a sink. It's not good. The Countess of Chester Hospital NHS Trust, which oversees Ellesmere Port, and Countess of Chester's hospitals, yesterday said limiting visitors due to a spike in cases. So they're even reducing visitors to hospitals. There you go. So don't get sick, everyone. Don't get sick. First time I had norovirus, I felt like I was dying. It was lovely. It was lovely. Meanwhile, more NHS news. This is a story of Anita Helminiak. I guess we'll file this under lucky bugger news. She was a hospital cleaner, and due to an NHS administrative blunder, was given more than £23,000 extra. She managed to get paid her £1,300 monthly wage for 18 months, despite leaving the NHS. And this went to court. A court heard she was paid due to admin error by the Cardiff and Vale University Health Board, despite no longer working there. It was only when she returned to work to another job in the NHS that the blunder was picked up, and she was investigated. Cardiff Crown Court heard she immediately offered to pay back the money, but the NHS bosses sought to prosecute her. That's not fair, is it really? Come on. Prosecutor Kirsten Murphy said Helminiak had worked for the Health Board for almost 4 years before she resigned due to a family illness in 2021. She then remained in contact with her former manager about possibly returning to Rob, but kept quiet her monthly payments, when they continued. The area was eventually noticed in August 2022 when she again rejoined the NHS, and she was investigated by the Counter Fraud Department. But she admitted theft. Ross McQuillan Johnson, who was defending, said she'd offered to repay the money when she was first caught, and has repeated the offer. He said that health chiefs had refused her offer because they wanted the court to issue a demand for payment. So yeah, the Judge Recorder of Cardiff, Tracy Lloyd Clark, handed Elmnack a 20-week suspended sentence in order to do 80 hours of unpaid work. She said the health board had missed out on offers for Elmnack to repay the money voluntarily by wanting to take its chances in court. She's right. Instead, she said an application for a compensation order has been filed just 36 minutes before the start of the hearing, and there was no time for a full assessment of Elmnack's means. Instead of making her pay the £23,000 compensation, Elmnack was ordered to pay £420 costs. And that's what happens when you fuck it up. Thanks, NHS, for wasting taxpayers' money. She would have paid it back. Now she doesn't have to. Ping. Now she doesn't have to. They piss the money up the wall. Meanwhile, talking of money, does anyone here watch the Squid Game? I think he said Squid Show. Well, there was a Korean drama that made it into a reality game. Actually, turned it into a real game. I've not watched it. I don't know, but anyway, it's on the Netflix. But apparently, the winner. Oh no! Spoilers. See, this is the Squid Game in action. Looks rather dramatic, doesn't it? And this is the final three. I've got a trigger finger, man. Look, 'cause I could do that. You can see an alternate view there. The camera's pointing in another direction. Good job, good job. Not naked from the waist down. Mrs. wouldn't mind that. But yeah, it was 556 competitors were whittled down to the final three. That's what I was meant to say. Well, anyway, the winner, spoilers, was... Sorry, I was just clicking everything. Mai Whelan, right? She won the competition, but she's complaining that she hasn't seen any of the $4.5 million that she's due. And here she is winning the competition. So yeah, that's not fair, is it? Apparently she won the amount by opening a safe to a golden credit card. There you go. Obviously there was nothing on the card. So there you go. That's not good. Meanwhile, I reckon 3/4 of car theft victims don't even see a police officer. This is police forces in England have attended less than a quarter of the car theft crime scenes on average for the first half of the year. This is new figures that have come out. This is on a Freedom of Information request by Liberal Democrats. Oh, good to see him doing some work. More than 51,000 vehicles was reported stolen between January and June, with owners receiving an in-person visit from an officer in just 23% of cases. 3 forces, Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire, Cheshire, attended 9% of crime scenes in person, with a further 6 forces attending fewer than a fifth of call-outs. In contrast, 2 forces attend every car crime report in person, though one of them, City of London, only had 2. Cleveland in the northwest sent officers to every one of the 562 reported car thefts, so it's the best place to live, while Kent attended 99% of the 394 car crimes. And again, there's a big table that you can look at the attendance rates, and it's it's not looking good. But Cleveland and City of London score the best, whereas Kent and Cumbria are the runners up there. So it just shows you the police not doing their jobs. Meanwhile, Now I thought they'd be the first grumpiest, but stats by Eurostat, which is a EU statistics agency, took a year-by-year measure of satisfaction between 2013 and 2022, asking Europeans to rate how they were doing on a scale of 0 to 10. And yeah, they've got the happiness scale here. Of course, we're not on it anymore. But yeah, so but I reckon the Germans are the second grumpiest. They started at 7.3, but have gone down to 6.5. And the Bulgarians are the grumpiest, but they're actually increasing their overall happiness. Again, Sweden have done a bit of a drop as well. But overall, the Swiss are the happiest. It's all those cuckoo clocks and Toblerones. So there you go. We don't get to go on there anymore. But we'd top it anyway because we're no longer part of the EU. So we'd be the happiest of all of Toy Town. But yeah, the Germans aren't happy. And that's mainly because, because they're German, obviously. I keep losing these world wars. It's going to annoy you, isn't it? I'm not allowed to do those jokes. The German viewers, or one of them, gets upset. But yeah, of course, the German economy is heading towards recession. Again, a lot of the Eurozone has been deeply depressed, economically speaking, because of the fallout of COVID. But hey, everyone looks at us and say we're doing bad because we left the EU. Never mentions the economic fallout of the COVID crisis, where we basically stopped an economy for nearly a year. Yeah, well. What else have we got? Can't do that. Can't do that. Right, worst gifts at Christmas. Okay, we'll do that one. Oh no, I'm fading out. Fading out. It's too bright. That'll do. A survey of 2,000 UK adults revealed some of the worst gifts they've been gifted at Christmas. And these include things like toothbrushes, mouse mats, old CDs, washing up gloves and pants. Also appeared on the list. The survey found 51% of given gifts they know the recipient wouldn't like, and 41% of those do so just to get a laugh. While 42% admitted re-gifting something they'd already given. It's recycling, isn't it? It's recycling, it's green. This is commissioned by Hallmark. Well, they've got a skin in the game. Their spokesman, Jessica Lovelace, said it's clear the nation is split between being naughty or nice when it comes to gift giving. There's some truly surprising presents on the list. The best gifts to give this Christmas are ones that show you've really considered the recipient to ensure you can avoid any festive disappointment and buy those gifts at Hallmark, especially a card. And 28% believe money or a gift card is the go-to present because they've got no other ideas. No thinking involved. And it's also easier than going to the shops, said 23% of those asked. But 14% of participants rated themselves as brilliant gift givers. Because I always put a lot of thought into it. Mrs. is nodding, she's going, yep, he is just brilliant. So we do have a top 15 of rubbish gifts. I'm going to do them in reverse order. So a mouse mat. I got Herb a mouse mat for his birthday. He loved it. Towels. I don't know. I wouldn't be upset if someone got us some new towels. A toothbrush. A broken mug. A pen. Depends on the pen. Again, if you're of a certain vintage, getting a Parker pen for Christmas, that was a big deal. A notepad. A set of jams. To a diabetic man, not a good idea. Washing up gloves. Get some of those for the missus. Out of date chocolate. Again, food you're allergic to. Yeah. Pants. It hasn't come to that yet. Old CDs. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean second-hand CDs, or does it mean, I don't know, CDs from, I don't know, Des O'Connor? God rest his soul. Oh ho! A little bit of a Mocha and Wise reference there. Tea towels. deodorant. Again, my mother got me some deodorant once, and of course I said to her, "Oh, you think I smell?" You know, because if I ever got her anything vaguely smelly, not deodorant, but like you know what you get for as gift sets you get for your mother. She'd always say to me, "Oh, you think I smell?" So I did. That was one of the last things she got me. So, you think I stink then? And of course, clothes that don't fit. You'll grow into them. You'll grow into them. But I'm 52. So there we go. Rubbish gifts. Now we've got a follow-up to the ULEZ camera blast. Anti-terrorism police are now being investigated because they reckon it was an IED that was used. That's not an intrauterine device. That's an improvised explosive device, isn't it? They reckon, an IED was used to blow up a ULEZ camera. This was down in Sidcup, and residents living nearby described the blast as deafening, as if a bomb had gone off, and it looks like they were right. The police say the attack, which occurred on Wednesday, was a deliberate act carried out with a low sophistication IED, and the officers with specialist expertise in explosives are leading inquiries. It's getting serious. Remember, it did leave a rather sizable dent in this van. There you go. What else have we got? This is sad news. It kind of falls under our animal news, but I'm going to bring it in earlier. This is Luke Ormond. He's a chicken farmer, but he's fallen foul of Cheshire West and Chester Council because they receive complaints because his cocks were offending everyone. He had some offensive cocks. I'm just keep saying cocks until you laugh. Cocks. Yeah, he had the old man-sized rooster, Supergrass reference, clucking at his home in Antrobus and Northwich. And so, he basically noise nuisance warning because his cocks were crowing before 7 a.m. When do you expect them to crow? They're cockerels, for fuck's sake. It's what they do. He's been told to get rid of his cock. Can you believe that? And here are some pictures, and what fine looking cock he's got too. He's got some lovely looking cocks. There you go. But they are annoying the neighbours. And here you go. Here's another magnificent cock. The one where I said cock a lot. There you go. This could have been our animal story, but yeah. So you've been recommended. So Mr. Ormond, he said they often start crowing at 6:50 a.m. But apparently that's 10 minutes too early for some folk around here. So apparently, if they'd have crowed just 10 minutes later at 7 a.m, there would be no problem. The working day begins at 7 a.m. according to the rules. In my opinion, in the countryside, that's absolutely crackers. The council recorded one cockerel crowing at 6:50 a.m. in the morning, which they say constitutes a statutory noise nuisance. We live in clown world, Need to get some, something to hold their beaks shut. Pegs. I can't control what noise a living, breathing animal makes or when it makes it. Maybe I'm desensitised to it, being a poultry fancier. Shouldn't really talk about that sort of thing, Mr. Ormond. Living in the countryside all my life, he says, but my neighbours are in the same boat. I can understand if somebody lives in a terrace with neighbours playing music until 1 o'clock in the morning, but this is the country. It's our way of life, indeed. He keeps up to 100 birds, including cocks, at any one time at his home. He's obviously, he's got a small holding. Doesn't like to talk about it. Oh dear. Let's finally look at this fantastic cock. I'm all cocked out now. I'm all cocked out. Meanwhile, do you watch MasterChef The Professionals? No, neither do I. But apparently, last night's episode made people roll their eyes because there's a Danish restaurant that they visited, and its head chef Rasmus Monk creates dinners that, well, I think are designed to elicit a certain guttural reaction. I'm just gonna show you what he does. It's like, nah, I'm good, thanks. Nah, I mind your crabs, but I like a dressed crab. Yeah, some compared it to being watching The Silence of the Lambs, or he's like a Bond villain head chef. But his tasting menu costs £560. Saw you coming. And some said that what he was doing was a load of. Now they've starred the word out, but I'm counting the stars. I think it's bollocks. I'd agree, but he serves those too. He serves those too, if you ask. Sometimes the ball wins. Indeed. Yeah. Meanwhile, we're going up to where is it? Norfolk, yeah, at Haysborough. You've got to say it right. It's spelt completely different. This is the story of Bryony Nerop Redding. The 78-year-old was forced to leave her 3-bedroom property back in December 2013, and I think, was this the one? Yeah, I think this is it. This is the one. So she had to leave this one back in 2013 as it fell into the sea, because I don't know, we've covered this before, but a big part of Norfolk has a lot of coastal erosion, and the government will do fuck all. I think that's the technical term. Fuck all about it. Sorry, the light's in my eyes again. It's just at a certain angle. There you go. There we go. This one. Mind you, I've got a spot. Wait a minute. Where's the camera? I think we need to get a close up of this. Oh no! Did I scratch my nose? I think I might have scratched my nose. Oh no! Look at that. Oh, I must have scratched it before I came on. Oh dear. Oops. Oopsie daisy. What can you do? Anyway, she moved to the old Coast Guard, a semi-detached home further in. This is still in Haysborough, back in 2017. So she lost one, 2013. Thought, you know what? I'll move. Now this one's going to fall into the sea. Here it is now. Let's see. This is a new property. Now, I don't know about you, but you don't put your hand in the fire if you've already been burnt. She's been dubbed Granny Canute. And remember, Canute didn't try and stop the tide. He was proving to people that he wasn't God's representative on earth by pretending, look, if I stop the tide, I'm God's man. And he knew that he was trying to prove a point. It's the opposite. I wish I would get the story the right way around, please. But he never claimed to hold back the sea. He did it to prove, if I'm that guy, then put my throne near the sea and we'll see if I can stop the tide. Anyway, I'm getting off the topic. I'm losing the will to live here. But yeah, she said, I'm absolutely terrified. I look out my bathroom window every morning and see the cliff edge closing in. Well, maybe you should move to, I don't know, Norwich or Great Yarmouth or somewhere not near an area of great coastal erosion. But she's angry because the lack of government intervention. She added, it's not that I didn't expect it to happen one day. I didn't expect it this quickly. It makes me very, very angry about the government who will not protect her coastline. They have zero interest in it. And a series of aerial photographs taken over the last 25 years showed a dramatic rate of erosion. Again, I remember, because we've got kind of connections up there, I remember them saying, it's going to be like 70 years before. And it's not. It's been 20. the estimations are completely off. And again, this could all be reduced or slowed down by concrete posts along the beach. They do it further up the beach, but not the whole way down. But she added, I've noticed that further inland people live, the less concerned they are about coastal erosion. She said, I would be afraid that if I moved inland, then I'll stop campaigning to save our coastline. And that's the thing. You can't win. You can't win because you're not going to get any out. Mind you, they reckon that there's for elderly people, there's this new phenomenon called the silver snorters. Yeah, they reckon that cocaine users over 60 shot up in the last year because it's so Moorish. Yeah, patients as old as 90 have been turned up to hospital after using the Class A drug. Many of whom have suffered seizures and overdoses. Do you know why? Because it's cheaper than going to the pub. Over 60s were admitted 540 times according to data obtained by The Sun. Your Soraway Sun, life's always better in the sun. With a number of, including 85 patients aged 70 to 79. Because you've got to remember how old these people, these people, they lived in like the 60s and the 70s when they were taking all sorts of shit, you know, and they're just carrying on. All those hippies and drug takers, you know, all those rock and rollers are still rocking and rolling into A&E. Experts said the figure shows a worrying trend around drug abuse affecting all age groups and parts of society. I think as you get older, you stop doing the things that you do when you were younger. Again, it's that kind of ageism you get. But I love this stock image. I've used this stock image. It's like, look, come on, Grandad. He's like, oh, I'm still coming down from the buzz, man. But it was a stock image. That didn't really happen. So yeah, are you an octogenarian drug taker? If you can steady your hands, leave a comment in the comment box below. My teeth are itching. Dr. Matin Gironi, a clinical expert at the UK Addiction Treatment Group, said cocaine users in their 60s, 70s, and 80s may not be used to the potency of the drug that's been available on the market for the last few years. This has led to a greater issue directly linked to their overall mental health. They're feeling great. You take that stuff, you go, oh, those aches and pains, they've gone. You know, or my arthritis no longer gives me jip because I'm flying around the room. So there you go. Oh, I love it. I love it. Look, when you get to that age, I think that stuff should be available in the NHS because you deserve a treat. You deserve a treat when you get to that age. Mind you, do you want to get on the property ladder? Well, here's one way of doing it. This is in Earl's Court. This is a studio flat. And when you go to bed, you really do climb up the wooden hill to Bedfordshire, yes, because you've got this lovely little set of stairs. It's so tiny. It's what do they call it? Bijou. And there's your bedroom at the top of the stairs. See, look, so just over there. You see that top bit there? You can actually see the lip of the bed there. So you can just literally good for coming home from the pub. You crawl up, mind you, good chance of falling over onto the sofa if you're pissed. Won't feel it, mind. And then you can just collapse into bed. And there's your kitchen. There you go. It's great, isn't it? And it's got a bathroom and a sink. What more do you want? What's that? How much? Well, it's up for rent. See, it's up for rent. That'll cost you just shy of £2,000 a month. Yeah, £1,820 a month. But you do get free selected Sky channels, a microwave, and a balcony. Ooh, they're spoiling you. They're spoiling you. But it's close to Earl's Court Tube, and just a walk away from High Street Kensington, Holland Park, Gloucester Road, and South Ken. There you go. So you'd be in the heart of it. There you go. So that's good, isn't it? What else have we got? Looking for another animal story. I think I might have put some stories in the funny folder though. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Got any funnies? Nope. This is design fails. We've got some, I guess it's from Boar Panda. No, this is collected by architecturedesign.net. Oh, so they've stolen it from them, and I'm stealing it from the Daily Mail. And this is a wheelchair ramp in France, which was handily blocked by a parking meter. And I think I've broken my brain. Was it north, south, east, west? Who put the finger in the birdie's nest? Yeah? Someone got that wrong, didn't they? You had one job to do. Don't be happy, worry. I totally agree. Somebody really hates cyclists there. Yeah, how you gonna if you've got to trouble your ball cock? I've said it again, ball cock. You're gonna have to remove that whole unit. Yeah, it's a bit of a bad design, that. And wow, how many? 31. What? What? 30? The stickers next. What? It's confusing it. You don't know whether you're pressing the button or the stickers. No safety, smoking first, indeed. Why not? And this is a camouflage golf ball. Totally missing the point of why golf balls are white or sometimes luminous yellow. Thanks for this camouflage golf ball you got me for Christmas. I'm going to have a great game with this. Did you lose it? Couldn't fucking find it. Remember, don't forget the cooking spray and the fly. Do not get them mixed up. Don't get them mixed up. You can tell because the fly one's got the fly on the front. And that was a Minions strawberry shampoo bottle, and it looks like he's crying blood. I've seen that one before. Who wants to come out the elephant's arse? And that is that. We had a little bit of a diversion there. A little bit of a diversion, but there was some. I did put some funnies away. Didn't I? Did I put some funnies away? Yes. Firstly, we have some health news. We're going to India. This is the town of Hadapasar near Pune City, and we're going to the Pune Flour and Foods Processing Unit, where Jolly Japri went wrong. Yes. Motilal Sahu, who was 16, had been joking with a fellow employee, Dheeraj Singh Good, right? When he, the older man, who was the 21-year-old, grabbed a hose pipe of his cleaning machine and shoved it into the teenager's rectum, right? And blew compressed air into him. He did this for fun, and of course, it led to terrible internal injuries. Motilal, who was 16, was rushed to a nearby hospital where he died of his internal injuries. And the Good had been subsequently been arrested over the teenager's death. Again, this happens too many times. Compressed air can be dangerous. Do not stick that into your bottom. It's not going to end well. So, not good. Meanwhile, we're talking about sticking things into things. I know it's a tenuous link. But we're going there. This is the story of David Jewett. He's an Oklahoman sheriff. Here he is. And he's been done for battery. Whoops. Pressed the wrong button. Don't worry about it. He was charged with battery. This is a good one. This is really, really good. This is a good one. I'll just read the headline. Disgraced Oklahoman sheriff is arrested for battering sex toy shop worker who stepped in when he attacked his partner for trying to buy a fake penis that was bigger than his. I don't know about you, But aren't they all bigger than yours? They're like all novelty sizes, aren't they? They don't do extra small. They don't do button mushroom dildos, do they? Oh shit, I've given it away now. But anyway, what I like is the picture. What is the best thing about this is the picture of the shop. Right, this is where it happened. Christie's Toy Box. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was visiting Oklahoma City and I saw that and I was there with the kids, there's a strong chance I might wander in thinking it was an actual toy shop. And then it'd be, oh God, kids, no, don't look at the cock rings. I've said it again. Put down the butt plugs. Let's get out of here. I think it needs to be more apparent what that shop is. Because look, even if you zoom in, it doesn't really give it away, does it? So there you go. And yeah, he's disgraced. Disgraced. Oh dear. And yeah, Sheriff Booth, who runs the department, is investigating an internal investigation. Did you get the spatulas, the clamps? Boy, he described him as a good employee, but just keep away from the dildos. Keep away from the dildos. Oh dear. Meanwhile, we're going to Overland Mews in Peterborough. This is in Cambridgeshire, where locals are being plagued by rats. There you go, rats like this chap here. Oh please, I forgot to check if there was an advert. There's an advert. Climate crisis. They run in a 30-second advert on a 15-second clip. Wait a minute, here we go. So they've got rats everywhere and they're trying to climb in to the properties. And some of them, look, got into the car. Look, eating the car seat. So yeah, people are up in arms because this. Oh, he's a cute little fella. Oh, it might be Verity. Come back. So yeah, and Abby Snart, whose 2-bedroom flat seems to be under attack, has been in touch with the council about the rats. She feels that she's under siege by the rats. Here she is. And the rats have also got into a car and set off her car alarms. Set off the alarm because they're getting in around. And they've also chewed through Christmas gifts. So yeah. Dozens of furious renters are withholding their monthly payments until the housing association steps in to deal with the pest problem. And yeah, it's looking pretty bad there. Has there been a response? Hyde Housing, right? A written reply from the group said the pictures you sent do not show how the rats are getting into your vehicle and the damages do not appear to have been done by the rodents. We will not be reimbursing you for items you claim to have been damaged by pests. I do not uphold your complaint. I don't know. That looks like something has gnawed its way into... Look, that doesn't look what? You reckon the kids have done that? Don't think so. Well, I think Hyde Housing have been pretty mean. But we're going to end on a funny. We'll end on a funny. We can't end on that. We're going to Zambia. And where is this? This is the South Luangwa National Park, where Simone Ruff caught this picture. And I think it's amazing. It's an elephant who decides to have a little sit down on the tables there. It's like, I'm just going to take the weight off. Just have a little rest. There you go. It's at the Flat Dogs Camp in the South Luangwa National Park in Zambia. And here he is afterwards. I think he's just making sure that, the table straight when he's finished. So there you go. Elephant having a rest. Let's see if there's anybody in. 6 people in. I scared him off. Payne's in. He said it's a quid game. Won't be in dollars. I like that. Eurostat employed Joey from Friends to go ask how you doing. And Andrew's in. Simon says there must be some wealthy oldies if they can afford cocaine. Few lines cost the same as my turntable cartridge. No, it don't. Come off it. It's cheaper than chips these days. Your dealer's taking you for a run. Made in Chelsea, indeed. Crimson says greetings from America. Yeehaw! Simon asks, is it true that in America they never have a level 13 in high-rise buildings? I think that's true. It's like in the number 4 in China, isn't it, or Japan? They've got a thing about numbers. Dogcam, she's not in. She's out there. And Crimson said, "There's a lot I don't know about my own country, especially why people are obsessed with guns, because they're rootin' tootin' shooting Americans. Yee-haw! Bang 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 bang. It's the Wild West out there." Anyway, that was the news. That's the news for another week. Killing the channel, one video at a time. You know, you've got to drink it up. Have a good weekend. Tatty bye.